Now, speaking of, there's been plenty of coverage and commentary around the Sanchez-Bezos wedding, and even Sarah Jessica Parker of Sex and the City fame, she reacted to that Vogue front cover.
Lauren Sanchez Bezos gracing the cover of Vogue. Hello, lover, or leave it?
I mean, why shouldn't she? I was
right.
enough. Why
Okay,
shouldn't she as well have the opportunity?
She held it in well, didn't she?
That was a very carefully measured response, wasn't it, Caro? That's some media training we're seeing there as well. And look, she's not going, no matter her thoughts on the wedding and the cover of Vogue, she's not going to take on the wife of one of the richest men in the world, is she, and sort of be rude to her, which was good to see that she was being quite diplomatic. And of course, SJP herself knows the value of a Vogue cover. It's not just about the ink in the paper, it's very much a status symbol. And of course, her character, Carrie Bradshaw, is all about Vogue and writes for Vogue and has her doomed first wedding with Mr. Big in the Vogue issue as well, with Candice Bergen as her editor, Edith. A great episode for that. But yeah, very diplomatic, and I don't think she'll be off their Christmas card list anytime soon, which is probably good for her.
No, I thought she handled that very, very well. And still in the US, and Basketball Hall of Famer Shaquille O'Neal, well, he's had a bust-up with former NFL star Griffin III. What's this all over?
So this is interesting. So we've got Shaquille O'Neal threatening to punch Robert Griffin III, who's an NFL player, so they're not even the same sport really, over two female sort of basketball legends who apparently dislike each other immensely, and there's been a lot of racism accusations around that. There's been terms used which have been quite offensive. I'm not going to repeat them here, and of course Robert Griffin III has said he's speaking his truth, and look, I always get very concerned when a celebrity says that, because it doesn't actually mean they're operating from a factual basis. It's more about their interpretation of the facts. So it's a bit of a mess. It's got beyond a bit of a social media spat between these two and protecting the two female stars, and more about, you know, responsibility on social media platforms and making sure that you're respectful and not getting involved in rows or stoking up rivalry between female players when you have no place to do so.
And funny, when you've had all that media training compared to the last story we've just talked about, these guys are not green, and it's amazing the scuffle that they found themselves in. And lastly, big celebrity news out of the UK yesterday with former Harry Potter star Emma Watson losing her licence for speeding. Nice change from some of the two-tier policing that we can often observe over in the UK. What's happened here? Is she remorseful?
Well, she didn't turn up in court, so it was a 5-minute hearing, and the fine was the equivalent of just over $2,000 Australian. And her lawyer told the court, well, she could pay it, which clearly she can because she's a wealthy celebrity. Although she's sort of moved beyond the acting now, and she's now a 35-year-old writing student, I believe. So the system there is a bit different in that you actually accrue points and then you lose your licence, rather than our demerit system here. So she already had 9 points, and sort of speeding, she was about 12 k's over the limit, I believe, and that's what sort of sealed her fate. A driving ban for 6 months. I mean, she can probably afford a chauffeur, so it won't impact her too much. But it's interesting because their whole brand prior to this has been very much a Gen Z role model and a UN ambassador and sort of talking about a lot of woke issues. So it's a bit of a departure from that image, I think.